the hell was that? Hello?
You can stay right there. You can stay right there.
Okay, okay.
These are the most disturbing outdoor camping encounters ever caught on camera. We'll start with something you can't explain and end with something all too real. So let's get right into it.
She's going absolutely mental. Oh shit. She really could be anywhere. And I don't like it.
On April 30th, 2026, a camper from the Channel's Strayed Explorer went back to Cannock Chase in England for a solo overnight by the water. He'd been out here a week before and left badly shaken, and these woods carry a heavy reputation. Locals have reported a black-eyed child in them for years, a small figure that calls to people from back in the trees.
Might just check the map actually and see if we can actually walk through this way. Can you hear that cuckoo? Yeah, so I'm pretty much parked in front of this gate, but there is loads of room and it doesn't say no parking, so...
The evening opened with a swarm of flies bad enough to drive him closer to the water's edge. Then, while he was chopping wood for a fire, the screaming started up. It was a woman, or maybe a young boy, shrieking somewhere off in the trees, and the strangest part of it hit him almost right away.
See, they've stopped now. I can guarantee in about 5 minutes they'll start arguing again. And the weird thing is as well, I can only hear one voice. I hope this mic picked it up. And it sounded, it was either a woman or a young boy. I know that sounds weird, do you know what I mean? It was either like a high-pitched young boy, youngish, or a woman.
It sounded exactly like a furious argument, except there was only ever one voice out there. Nobody was answering it. He crept toward the footpath to try to see who it was, and the voice just kept screaming the same 2 words at him, over and over.
So I'm hoping you'll be able to hear it better. They've not actually started shouting yet, but I can hear a voice coming from that direction there. Where's the other voice?
He backed off to his camp and tried to sit it out. The shouting refused to stop. Instead, it moved around the forest, going quiet for a stretch, and then firing up again from a completely different direction. And every time it came back, it was a little closer.
Jesus Christ, it's getting closer.
Deep into the night, he switched on a spirit box to check what was around him, and it started pushing out single words, one after another. It gave him sky, then he's coming, then run.
Sky. Just said the word sky. Hey, that's interesting. UFO sightings have been spotted around here. Just said he's coming. Sky, he's coming. Who's coming? Run. He's coming. Run.
While the box was still running, he heard something heavy get thrown in the dark close by. A moment later, clear enough that he made himself focus the camera on it, the box gave him one more line: "Forest not safe."
What the hell was that? Hello? It sounded like something got thrown. Find me. Find me. Oh my God. No way. Is it in focus? Forest not safe. Forest not safe.
The thing that finally broke him came from right at his shoulder. In total darkness, inches from his ear, he heard the sharp sound of someone sucking air in through their teeth. He packed his gear completely blind and made for the road as fast as he could move.
What I've just heard in there, just as I was about to put my backpack on, you know when someone goes like that, like sucks through their teeth, like that, something like that.
He got to his car and sat there trying to catch his breath. That's when a heavy bang landed on the back window, and he swung the camera around onto the glass.
Is that a handprint? She smacked the back window.
There was a smear on the rear windshield in the rough shape of a handprint. He locked the doors and pulled away, with the screaming still going somewhere behind him in the trees.
There's a car coming. Lock them doors. It's an absolute lunatic out here. I honestly feel like it's some sort of crazy person.
His viewers have argued about that night ever since. Some are certain it was a real person out there, someone in real crisis, and think he should have called for help instead of filming. Others point out that nobody screams at full volume for that many hours without their voice finally giving out, and don't believe it was ever a person at all. And more than a few pointed straight back at the old local story, the child in these woods who only ever says the same 3 words over and over to anyone who'll listen: "Look at me." On December 12, 2025, a solo traveler named Diana was living out of her SUV on public land outside Las Vegas. Her trouble actually started before she got anywhere near open country. The night before, security had pounded on her windows in a casino parking garage at 2 in the morning and ordered her to move along right then.
And all of a sudden, I heard bam, 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 bam. The securities were knocking crazy at my window. Open the door! Open the window! Open the window!
So she drove out to a quiet stretch of BLM land to reset, clean out the car, and rebuild her bed for the night. She was in the middle of filming when a man wandered up to her and got straight to his point.
So guys, this guy just came up to me. He's over there. I think this is his regular spot where he, introduced illegal substance. So he's asking me, like, if I want to, get any illegal substance like crystals and stuff like that. So I'm like, no, man, I don't do this kind of stuff.
He was there to sell her drugs. When she happened to mention she was from Jamaica, he decided that made her an easy customer and pushed even harder. So she lied to shake him off, telling him she was a vlogger wired up with microphones and cameras that were recording every word.
Illegal substance, and I had to stop him. I'm like, yo, I am a blogger. I am wired from head to toe. I got microphone on me. I am so wired like you never seen before. So I really don't want this conversation around me.
He backed off, but he didn't actually leave. He kept slowly circling the area in a white car with a second man riding along, watching her from a distance every time he came around.
Let me see if I could point my camera down there so you could see the guy just looping around in this white car. So that's the guy, that's the car. I'm not sure if you can see him, but yeah, that's the car. He's just hanging around trying to sell me illegal substance, just watching me. That's him right there.
She didn't stick around to find out what the circling was building toward. She packed up fast and drove close to an hour to a Cracker Barrel parking lot where there were other people around, and only then did she feel safe enough to stop for the night.
Down there in the background watching me, and I think this is a time where I'm supposed to leave. I am going to leave and head over and drive about 30 or 40 minutes away to Cracker Barrel, and this is not going to be any longer my spot. I'm going to have to find a new spot because, you know, I'm a New York City girl. I know these things. I know I might look stupid, but I'm not dumb. Trust me.
Her comments section filled up fast, and the advice mostly agreed on the same few things. Back your vehicle in so you can pull straight out without a turn. Keep your windows covered so no one can see who's inside, and never let a stranger know what gear you've got with you. Diana at least saw her stranger coming. The next man waited until his target was fast asleep to make his move. On June 7th, 2025, a backpacker named Davey hiked about 5 kilometers out of town into Crown Land in southern Ontario. He was cowboy camping, which means no tent and no tarp, just a sleeping pad and a light summer bag out under the open sky. He'd gone that far to be alone, and he almost was. What he didn't realize was that he'd set up right around the corner from a homeless camp.
Which is my summer bag, so I just want to have the smallest one that packs. I have my thermarest from 2016, my Pro Light regular, and then I just have the footprint for my tent, and that's camp. Oh, I also have my thermarest airhead pillow there, and kitchen. Just gonna grab some fresh water out of the river. And,
Before he crawled in for the night around 8:30, he clipped his knife and a carabiner onto his pack, so nobody could drag his gear off without waking him first. It felt like ordinary caution at the time. A few hours later, it stopped feeling ordinary.
I have it here with, so I forgot that my footprint for my tent has cordage on it, so I hooked my knife and the carabiner to this, so if anybody tries to come through in the middle of the night and just nick my shit, they have to pull the rain fly out from underneath my body. So
around 11, he woke up to a man standing about 10 feet away in the dark, holding 2 steel pipes and telling him to get out.
Alright, well, that's where I was sleeping. Until the homeless man with 2 fucking goddamn fucking steel pipes come fucking walking into my camp about 10 feet away from me while I was sound asleep. Like, thank God I woke up before he actually like started battering me with those pipes.
The man kept insisting Davey was camped too close to his tent and claimed he'd already called someone to deal with it. There's no winning that argument with a stranger gripping 2 lengths of pipe at midnight. Davey packed his bag by feel and started walking for the trail before the whole thing turned into something worse.
A few minutes, I'm still in my sleeping bag.
Well, why are you in your sleeping bag? You knew there was somebody in a tent here. You knew that. Do you think they're gonna feel comfortable falling asleep in the middle of the night with a fucking stranger 20 feet away? Do you honestly think that? The answer is no, and you wouldn't feel comfortable either, would you?
He got clear of the camp and found a second spot near a bench closer to the road, where he finally got some sleep. The night still had one more thing waiting for him. In the morning light, he realized the patch of ground he'd crawled into was full of poison ivy.
Like, I sleep in a place we passed last night. Oh goodness. Oh golly gee, this is gonna be wonderful, isn't it? This night out could turn into something even worse than what it was last night. All of a sudden. Because I'm not sure, but...
A man swinging two pipes is at least easy to read. It's the ones who walk straight up in the dark and quietly ask what you're carrying who really get under your skin. On March 10, 2026, a stealth camper who goes by Junkyard Fox picked a rough place to sleep. It was a vacant lot in Texas full of abandoned concrete tunnels, and this was his third try at spending the night there. The first 2 times he'd left because people were living in the lot and something about them felt off. This time he found a quieter corner, cooked dinner, and shut off his lights to stay hidden.
Someone's coming.
He'd just packed the stove away when he heard a backpack dragging across the dirt behind him. A flashlight beam swung around and found him in the dark, and a stranger walked straight up to the spot where he was sitting, close enough to reach his gear.
What's up? You can stay right there. You can stay right there.
What's that? Okay.
All right. Just what's up, brother?
You have some shit?
No, I don't have. I'm just staying here the night, and that's it.
All right. Appreciate it.
All right, brother. Have a good night.
You too.
The man wanted to know if he was holding anything. Junkyard Fox kept his voice flat and told him he was only there to sleep, and the stranger drifted back off into the dark. It didn't help much. Someone now knew his exact spot in a lot full of people he didn't trust.
Okay, so all lights are out. Switching to thermal. Hopefully this gives us the advantage. We can see them, they can't see us. So... I don't see anyone.
So he killed every light and switched to a thermal scope so he could watch the lot without giving himself away. The tunnels didn't feel safe anymore, and he moved to a hidden pocket between 2 dirt mounds to wait out the dark. By morning, he'd managed maybe 2 hours of sleep, and he figured he'd been clocked by 2 or 3 different people through the night.
So I'm not gonna lie, last night was pretty nerve-wracking. I was very nervous. I was seen by at least 2 or 3 people, and that's no good. I need to work on my stealth skills. I'm a little rusty.
If you're still out here with me, go ahead and hit subscribe. It's free, and it helps, because the next few nights are a different kind of wrong. Whatever these campers ran into never showed a face, and it never answered back. On April 11, 2025, a paranormal investigator named Lomar drove more than an hour outside Halifax to camp completely alone in Caribou Mines, an abandoned mining district in Nova Scotia. The place has a long, unhappy history behind it. 19 Icelandic families tried to settle the land back in 1875 and gave up within a few hard years, and the mines that came after them have sat mostly empty ever since. He pitched a tarp in a muddy clearing off one of the old ghost roads and set up a spirit box, a device that flips through radio frequencies fast enough that some people believe voices can slip through the noise. Almost as soon as he switched it on, it kept landing on the same name.
So it said Lily? It said Lily? And then Lily isn't allowed here. Who is Lily?
Optimistic vision. The original travelers.
Hello?
Once it got fully dark, the woods stopped feeling empty. He heard what he was sure were wolves or coyotes moving somewhere close by, and the spirit box kept handing him words no one wants to hear alone in the dark. Then he caught real movement near a ridge, over by his Jeep. It was a dark shape, and it was too big and too solid for him to talk himself into believing it was just an animal.
I was 80.
There's no way that was a bear. I just saw the body of something. It was like right over. See where the Jeep is right there? There's like a hill right there. It was right. What the? I keep hearing movement that way.
That was his limit. He threw his gear into the Jeep without even folding the tarp and started driving out along the black trail. Before he made the highway, he ran a spirit app one more time, and the reply it gave him arrived at the worst possible second.
It's way too out here. Like I drove myself way too out into the middle of nowhere.
Don't sleep here.
What the
Toys.
Don't sleep here. Holy shit. I ain't sleeping here. Man, something's in my car right now. Someone's in here literally talking to me. Like they won't even leave if they want to, I feel. What the fuck? Oh, fuck. I ain't stopping for that. Someone just hit the side, man. And it's so dark, my brights aren't even doing squat for my eyes. Man, I swear somebody just touched the side of the car. Vibes are too much, man. I'm sorry, guys. I am so sorry. I feel like I just have to get out of here.
Something actually struck the side of the vehicle out there in the dark. The only company he had the rest of the way out was a single duck that kept flying just ahead of his headlights, almost like it was walking him back to the main road. That was one man with one spirit box on one bad night. This next one walked into a whole swamp looking for exactly that. On October 28, 2024, a ghost hunter named Jay walked into a remote swamp in Florida, out by an old spot called the Iron Bridge, completely alone, to try to talk to whatever he's convinced lives out there. He barely started when two heavy tree knocks rolled out of the woods. Then a palm frond right next to him started swinging back and forth with no wind at all.
Why is that moving? There's no breeze. There must be like... And you can see by these others, there's no breeze.
The air around him dropped cold, the kind of sudden chill that raises the hair on your arms, and he felt something moving close to him in the dark.
It's not moving over there anymore, and it's ice cold around me. Something just moved right next to me right here. Holy crap. Aldous, is this you? I remember getting that name here before, Aldous. He was the one that was playing games with us before.
He pulled out a K2 meter.
That's freaky. And that's not moving over there anymore.
which lights up around electromagnetic activity, and it started spiking right on cue. Then he switched over to a spirit box and started asking it questions. It gave his own name back first, and then a second name he wasn't ready for.
Leave? What's the name of the person telling me to leave? What are you laughing about? That you talk too fast for me to understand? Is someone here named Jeff?
Because it was his father's. He asked how many spirits were out in the woods with him that night, and it answered 58. He asked how many people had died along the river nearby, and the number it gave him was close to 100.
How many people did you say are here tonight? Five, 8? Why do you want me to leave? Is there someone named Mike here tonight? Yes?
To test whether it could actually see him standing there, fingers in the dark, and asked how many he had up. The box answered 3, and 3 was right. He'd gotten what he came for, and he walked out of the swamp while he still felt like he was allowed to.
Can you tell me how many fingers I'm holding up? Three, that's right. Thank you so much. Do you need help? No? As clearly as you can, if you need help, say yes.
A spirit box at least gives you words to argue about. Whatever was in this next forest only ever gave him knocks. On August 27, 2025, a creator named Dan from the channel Cursed Urban went back to a stretch of woods he calls the Bigfoot Forest. He brought a small, shiny 3D printed part sealed in a box, planning to leave it near a strange shelter he'd found on a previous trip. The idea was to set it out like a gift for whatever might be living out there.
So I brought some shiny objects out, and a box to put it in, or a shiny object out, a box to put it in to present it as a present. So my idea is to go out to this structure where I placed the apple at one of the last times I was out here, and place this item. We'll then go elsewhere in the forest and come back.
As he came up on the shelter, the forest answered him back. Loud, clean wood knocks rang out from the exact direction he was walking toward.
I just heard knocking. It was like one of those speak of the devil things. I just heard knocking from over there. That was loud too. That was super loud, dude. I think we picked that up on camera. Dude, that was quick, dude. And it's coming right from where that shelter was. Well, maybe it was. I don't know if it's still there. Dude, that was loud. That was super loud. Yeah, it was coming. Definitely like right in this area Like I said, that's right where the shelter is. Or the structure.
He left the box and came back after dark to knock on the trees himself, and this time nothing answered. On the walk out, he caught a strong, sweet smell hanging in the air that he couldn't place. When he checked the gift later, the box was hanging open, and the piece he'd left inside was gone.
Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see the 3D printer piece that I left out here. I don't see that anywhere. Because this is right where the box was. You gotta be kidding me, dude. That's wild. But also, I mean, I see like chalk drawings all over these trees, you know. I saw some spray paint over here. So this, you know.
He'll be the first to admit a passing hiker could have grabbed it, since people do come through there. After those knocks, and a smell he couldn't put a name to, it just didn't sit right with him. Not every night that falls apart out there comes from something in the trees. Sometimes the weather and the people are enough to do it. On July 19th, 2025, a camper who goes by the Black Camper made the mistake of going back to Hillsdale State Park in Kansas for a quick overnight before a workday. The campground was packed, a mix of regular campers and long-term houseless folks living nearby, and his plan for a relaxing fire fell apart before it started.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I'm gonna set up right here because I'm not making a fire. Damn, there's dirty diapers in the fire pit, dog. And glass. Dirty diapers and glass in the fire pit. Yeah, I'm not making a fire. All right, see, this is why I don't like this park, man. Hopefully I got enough fuel to boil my water. But yeah, all right, let me get camp set up, dog. I think that's flat as hell. That's the flattest I'm gonna get. All right. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be a lot of fun. But we got the fishing pole, fishing rod. We're gonna put that together. And we didn't bring the live bait, but we got some good bait here. All right, let me get this tent out. The star of the show, y'all. Y'all excited? I'm excited. I'm excited, man. This is it. This is the Thurston. The X-Mid. Where's the sign that say X-Mid? Oh, man, the X-Mid on here is so light, you can barely read it.
He pitched a lightweight trekking pole tent and settled in for what he hoped would be an easy night. Then the sky opened up on him. Lightning was walking across the lake. The radar showed a solid wall of red parked right over his spot, and the wind started shoving at the thin tent walls.
See how the wall's caving in? So I didn't have that staked out enough. But let me get this shit packed up, man, because I got to go to work, dog. And it's crazy. Y'all hear this wind still. They have the same problem. They have the same problem, too. We all have the same tent problem. Except Hobie right here. This is good. That's why I slept, y'all. Cause bro, that shit was crazy as hell. If you had saw the hold on. If you had saw the lightning that I saw, for one, the lightning kept waking me up, and then the rain just had texted me and let me know that it was like a flash flood warning, and yeah, it was crazy as hell. As you saw, all the tents on the edge of the water were blowing in, so all four tents had some kind of issue last night. That shit was crazy as hell. I don't know what kind of wind gust it was, but Woo! We survived though. We made it. And now we gotta take our bus to work. Wet. I gotta drive home wet. Oh, it's gonna be bad, but all right. I'm gonna holler at y'all on the get-go. The Durston stood up. I'm not gonna blame this one on the Durston. This is definitely...
The walls folded in on him in the middle of the night. He gave up on the tent, grabbed what he could carry, and rode out the rest of the storm sleeping in his truck while it tore through the campground. He survived the weather. The real gut punch waited until morning, when he realized his wallet was gone, and a neighbor he'd been friendly with kept changing his story about what happened to it.
You told me you handed it directly to him.
I don't remember exactly.
No, you told me with the homie down there that you told.
My mom. I knew this was gonna happen.
You better go find my wallet, man.
I don't have it.
What'd you do with it? Where you put it?
I don't know. I don't have it, bro.
You just told me you knew what you did with it.
I was half asleep. I might have given it to
You might have given it to who? Find my wallet, bro. The police on their way here, dog. You in trouble. Because you told me you found my wallet, right? You better call your mom. You better find my wallet, Chad.
I don't have it.
You better, what you do with it?
I put it up there on the stand.
You told me you gave it to Jerry.
Bro, I was half asleep. You don't know this.
You told me you gave it to Jerry, right?
I thought I did. I don't
You
know.
thought you did, man. You better find my shit, bro. That's bogus as hell. I was finna give you $50 for that shit, bro. Find my wallet. The police on their way. What's up, YouTube, man? BC here. I'm back out at Hillsdale State Park. Y'all know I was out here camping in the rain last night, and I left my wallet, and the punk, bro. I wasn't even gonna talk about the homeless people, but man, I remember the damn homeless people stole my wallet, man. You know what I'm saying? And as soon as I come back, the guy like, oh man.
The guy had sworn he handed the wallet to a park worker named Jerry. Jerry said no wallet ever came in. A ranger walked the area and turned up nothing, so he loaded his soaked gear and drove home with less than he'd shown up with.
She didn't find it, y'all. So the punk-ass homeless people stole my wallet and then lied about it. He had a lick too. Man, I'm so sad. But now I gotta go home because we got work tomorrow again. But that's what I get for coming out on my day off. Messed up. Got me. Punk-ass homeless people.